So myself Manish Karandikar, I am a Director of Embedded Creations, Nagpur. Basically we work in IT sector and we are a leading company in data analytics. We have provided our services to 8 government departments till date, and we are more into primarily analyzing and forecasting the trends in any particular sector as per our client's need. Now coming to textile, I'm working with textile department or Ministry of Textiles for their electrical subsidy portal. Uh, Through this portal in 2018, I got associated with this department, and since 2019, I'm working with handloom. Handloom is definitely a heritage art, and we are trying our level best to restore its, you may say, forgotten glory. I won't say lost glory. And it has a big market. Means for last 3 years when we tried to analyze sales and the flow or the demand supply ratio and other things related to sales figures, we found that there is a customer, there is a clientele, there is a need, there is a seriousness in basically perceiving eco-friendly, sustainable fabrics, fashions, garments. And on another side, there are artisans, weavers, most of them located in remote places, manufacturing, coming up with very fantastic designs and through you can say traditional weaving techniques. There is a demand, there is a buyer, there is a market, and on another side there are weavers, but still somewhere they are not connected. There is a big gap between them. And what we personally think is this gap is being exploited by many middlemen or whatsoever you may call them. But to keep this market demand intact and at the same time to ensure that the Indian heritage art finds its global presence and you can say rules the global textile market, we need to create this sustainable fashion a buzzword. This is the only thing what we analyze for 3 years. I personally feel that this is the only way we can restore and regain the lost glory of our heritage art. Lot of research is being carried out since 2003-4, but more focus started on this sustainable fabrics and sustainable fashion since 2015 when McKinsey's report came in and it actually acted as a catalyst, and many agencies started following that research, wherein they claim that 66% of world population is basically ready to shift from fast fashion to the sustainable fashion, even by paying extra cost, because at the end they are trying to contribute in a noble cause of saving Mother Earth. But at the same time you need to cater a very big demand and international tests and you may say the needs also of the customers. Though usually the sustainable fashion is a buzzword among elite class today, and definitely that is a market which is required for supporting financially to this particular cause. But unless we create it a buzzword and teach the next generation, the generation Z, what we call in, which will be taking over the market in next 10 years, and try to focus on educating them for better fashion trends or setting up better fashion trends, then and then only we will be able to shift from artificial threads to natural threads, artificial or petroleum based products to farm based products. And as this trend moves in favor of, you can say, eco-friendly fashion, we will definitely find Indian heritage art again regaining its glory. Premier institutions like SOFT and other leading institutes in India and abroad also, they need to basically add courses related to sustainable fashion. It may be right from fiber like production, designing, dyeing, then yarn manufacturing, followed by garmenting, weaving techniques, to packaging, and even marketing it on digital platform. In my short visit, like since morning, I interacted with more than 50 students, and my personal take is that every student is ready basically to contribute to this particular cause, and they want to take up this in as one of the driving force in their designing career. But the path to the sustainable fashion is a bit complex in the sense that it basically escalates the prices of your price tag of your product. And to cope up with that and to create a market for your high priced products, you first of all need to create a market for it. It's like, as I said, everything has its product. Even nonsense things like gutka are having their products, their market, and it is always represented as a very elite product in their advertisements, whereas it basically harms human health. Whereas on one side, when we talk about sustainable fashion, it has got all advantages only. So it is a must basically for every institution to train their students to launch their products and thoughts in market in such a way that they can create a society who strongly backs up this particular cause. This cause will be backed up only when you just not focus on what are its pros, but at the same time you start practicing it. Like in today's session, almost all 50 girls were in their western outfits, but were ready to work for sustainable fashion and Indian traditional garments. When I asked them, they said that of course sir, this is a comfort which we enjoy in western outfits. So that's the part, like everyone will definitely want comfort, manageable price tags, or if they are paying higher, they would definitely like to enjoy that special status by wearing those particular fabrics. Now if you can't drop the prices, then you will have to automatically create that elite feeling around that particular product, which will definitely help you to create a proper market. And this can be taught only through proper institutions and through classroom trainings, as well as through field exposures. And soft type of institutes are definitely best places to start these kind of interactions and courses for students. Now when we want to launch, say, a product range in sustainable fashion, the first and the foremost challenge is basically keeping the price tag within the budget of a common man. We are not talking about the upper strata of the society or the upper middle class or the rich class, because they can afford any price tag. That's the first challenge. The second is basically ensuring the originality. Like many a times we find natural dyes are claimed, but many agencies use chemical dyes and then they try to label it as a natural dye. So these kind of hera-fairy, what we call in, should be also avoided, and for that you will need a literate fashion designers who can identify what is a real product and what is basically a forged product. That awareness also has to be taught to the people representing this fashion industry, in short the students at the end. And they are perfect brand ambassadors basically to take this particular cause to the society. So there are two challenges. First, they need to be very well versed and connected with our roots and the heritage art, you may say traditions of Indian culture. They should also be able to recognize the fact that India has ruled the entire world for thousands of years. We were leading country in exporting textile. Rather, textile was sort of a dollar for us. And from there, just this power loom came in and destroyed the entire fabric of sustainable fashion. But it is not impossible. The only thing is there will be a time of around 6 to 8 years wherein the coming generation, those who are now graduating from the colleges, will have to push it hard to the international community, because international community is already convinced that this is going to be the trend. But once they take over the market, like if the European countries or if the Western world starts manufacturing and catering the exact needs of customers, then it may take over something like in electronics what China did. We had a very nice pool of engineers, electronics engineers, but Chinese products replaced it, and almost electronics was barred from India primarily. Similar thing should not happen in textile. Rather, it's our heritage, and therefore we must first of all get mentally connected, socially connected, and that is the path to connecting it with this particular world financially. This is what I think. Okay, to summarize what are challenges and what exactly is to be done, uh, one can relate it with the story of Ramayana, wherein खुद हनुमान जी को भी जब लंका जाना था तो उनको लगा कि ये टास्क काफ़ी इम्पॉसिबल है एंड इट इज़ नॉट माई कप ऑफ टी, बट जाम्बुवन जी थे जिन्होंने मेंटरिंग, एक ही वॉज अ परफेक्ट मेंटर, और उन्होंने हनुमान जी में जो खूबियाँ थी या उनकी जो कैपेसिटी थी वो उनको दिखाई, एंड आफ्टर दैट वेल एवरीवन नोज व्हाट हैपेंड. अकेले थे, लंका जलाने के लिए काफ़ी थे. और अगर हम लोग इतना बड़ा विक्ट्री इंश्योर कर सकते हैं जस्ट बाय सम फ्यू वाइज वर्ड्स फ्रॉम अ मेंटर, आई थिंक इस जाम्बुवन के रोल में आज अगर सॉफ्ट जैसी संस्थाएं अगर फैशन इंडस्ट्री को ले जाने में गाइड करती है, तो मुझे लगता है बहुत सारे हनुमान जी इस फैशन इंडस्ट्री में रूल करने के लिए तैयार हैं. दिस इज़ व्हाट आई कंक्लूडेड.